And welcome to our online video lectures. Our today's topic is from class 12th computer science syllabus. The name of the chapter is data structure. Here we will be learning two different types of data structure, stack and queue, and also we will do some revision work on list. List we have already done in class 11th. So in today's class we will be doing a revision work on list. We will learn what is data structure, the type of data structure, and also we will do a revision work on different types of list comments, list function with the help of Python program. So I hope this class will be helpful to you. Please watch the video. So good morning students. Today we will be discussing a new concept, a new chapter of class 12 computer science, that is data structure. What is data structure? How to implement data structure, different types of data structure, and the programming with the help of Python programming language we will be discussing in this chapter. So first let's see what is data structure. As you can see, it's being shown in screen. Data structure, list, stack, and queue, and this is basically what is there in CBSE syllabus that we have included here. Data structure, list as covered in class 11, that part is there. Stacks, push, pop using a list, queues, insert, delete using a list. So this is what we have in this chapter in data structure in class 12th computer science. So first let's see what is data structure. Data structure is arrangement of data. We know what is data. Data means information. About information about anything and everything, that is data, and data structure means the arrangement of data. So how we are arranging the data, that is data structure. So let's see this chart here. Data structure, data can be of two types, built-in and user defined. Built-in, in built-in we are having integer, it's not flow, it's float. Integer, float, character, pointer, the pointer will not be using here. So these are the built-in data structure. And user defined data structure, arrays, list, and files. Now arrays we have not discussed so far. Array is a sequential data structure in Python. List we already know. Files also we have discussed. Now list can be of two types, linear list and non-linear list. We'll see what is linear list, what is non-linear list. Linear list, two types of linear list, stack and queue we are having in our syllabus, and non-linear list, trees and graphs we do not have in our syllabus. So let's see what is linear data structure, what is non-linear data structure. You will see from this diagram. First one, A is a tree. It's a non-linear data structure. Why it is non-linear data structure? We cannot arrange it in a single line. Number B is a linear list. As you can see, it's a linear data structure which can be used can be represented in a single line. It's a linear data structure, but here it is non-linear data structure. The first one is non-linear data structure. The third one, C, this is also a graph. This is also non-linear data structure. So we are having linear data structure in our syllabus. So let's concentrate on linear data structure, and let's start with list. In today's class, we'll be doing some revision on list that you have already learned in class 11. So what is list? List is a mutable data type that stores multiple elements of same or different data type. List is a mutable and heterogeneous collection of data items. Why it is heterogeneous? Because here, as you can see, one list is shown, L equals to 10, hello 2.5, then there is a tuple. So we can have different types of data type in a list. The first one is 10 is an integer, the second one is a string, the third one is a floating point number, and the fourth one is a tuple. So we can have different types of data type in a list. So it's a heterogeneous data type. And then we have this positive and negative indexing in a list we have already done in class 11. So here, as you can see, one list is being shown. What we have stored here, PROBE. So this is the list. Indexing, it will start from left to right. If we start from positive, so talk about positive indexing, then it will start from the leftmost character, which is P. The index value is 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if we start from right hand side, it is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So this is negative indexing. The first character will be represented by 0 and the maximum value of negative indexing. The last character will be starting from -1. So this is positive indexing and negative indexing we have already done in class 11th. Next, there are many functions we have learned. Those functions again we will be using here in class 12 syllabus part. For implementing stack and queue, we will be using mainly append and pop function. But here there is append, extend, insert, remove and pop. This we have already done in class 11. So we will do a bit of revision work now. So first let's take one list. So here we are taking a list. The name of the list is L. It's a heterogeneous data item. So we are taking the first one as an integer, the second one as a Boolean data type, the third one as a floating point number, and the fourth one as a say a string. Here we will be using append function, insert function, extend function, pop function, and remove function. So what is append function? If we want to add any element, we use append function. Like you are giving 25, then where the element will be inserted at the end of the list. That means after welcome, this element will be inserted. So before doing this append part, let's print the list once. Then after appending, we'll print it again. So let's print and check. The name we are giving list. So it is printing initially. See, when before appending 25, it is 10 true 2.5 welcome, and after doing this append function, append 25 has been added at the last element as the last element. Now, if we want to insert a particular element in a given position, then we'll be using insert command. So it will be, we'll just use insert, and first we'll give the index position. So I'm giving 0 and the element I'm giving 35. So again let's print it. So the 0th position 35 should be added. So let's check. Yes, as you can see, in the 0th position 35 is added. 0th position we have inserted 35. So this is append and insert. In append, the element will be added at the end. In insert, the element will be added in the particular positions that we are providing. Then here comes extend. If you want to insert more than one element, then you can use extend. So we are just writing extend, and we'll give the list that we want to add. So we are giving 10 and 20, and then again we are printing. So let's run. So it is, as you can see, 10 and 20 has been added. So 10 and 20, though we have inserted a list, but it will be added as an individual element. 10, 20, 10 will be added as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh element, 20 will be added as 8th element here. We can add a list with the help of append also. So if you are giving append here, so you are giving 40 and 50, and then you are printing it, then what will happen? Just see. Here also the list will be added, but it will be added as a separate list. So 40 and 50 will not be added as individual element. 40, 50 as a list, it will be added with the previous list. So we have done append function, insert function, extend function. The revision on that we have already done. Now two more important function that we will be using. One is remove, another one is pop function. Those are for removing element from the list. So we are just using pop function. So we are using x equals to L dot pop. So if we do not provide anything within the round bracket of pop function, by default it removes the last element. So just let's print the value of x and let's print the list. So let's do it. As you can see, the deleted element is stored in x. So 4050 is stored in x, and 4050, that list has been removed from this list. So if we do not provide anything inside the round bracket of pop function, what will happen? It will pop the last element. Let's do it again. Y equals to L dot pop. This time we are providing some value. So we are providing the index value 1, so it will pop the element whose index value is 1. So let's print y and let's print the list also. Y is 10, so that is the second element whose index value is 1. So that is being popped and that is being removed from the list. So this is how to use pop function. One more function we'll be using, that is remove function. It is L dot remove. Which element you want to remove? Suppose we want to remove welcome from this list, so we'll give the value of the element, and then after removing we'll print the list. So if we just run it, see, welcome has been removed. So in remove function within bracket, we have to provide the value that we want to remove. But in case of pop function, either we will not provide any value, then the last element will be removed, and otherwise we will provide the index value. So these are the simple functions that we have already used in class 11th. Again, in this chapter, we will be using these functions. So this was a class on revision of list that we have already done in class 11. And in the next class, we will be learning what is stack. So I hope this class was helpful to you. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any doubt, please let us know. All of your doubts will be cleared. Thank you very much.